whatever. It's all Belichick all the time. And I told you from the start, it was 75% of the credit should go to the quarterback who allowed Belichick to swing and miss often in free agency or the draft and get away with it because Brady was transcendent. Brady was the greatest leader in the history of sports, and Brady was the one who created and installed the Patriot way in New England, just as he did in 1 year's time in Tampa. So the point was, Belichick goes into the draft. Shannon Sharpe, Hall of Fame tight end, says, look what he did. He went in the third round and he got 2 tight ends.
Yeah.
Really? Let's see. Dalton Keene, who once took a shot at me. I had to look up his name this morning because I couldn't remember it because he did next to nothing last year. And then Devin Asi. These are the 2 third-round picks. I had to look both of their names up because they totaled last year. The 2 of them together totaled 5 catches for 55 yards. That's total for the whole year.
That's awful.
Rob Gronkowski in the Super Bowl caught 6 balls for 67 yards and 2 touchdowns. Okay, think about that. So Gronk, just in one game, which happened to be the Super Bowl, had better stats than the 2 tight ends trying to replace him, quote unquote, the 2 draftees had for the whole season.
Well, Skip, it ain't no replacing Gronk, but at least you hope you can get better production. You need more than 5 for 55 from your 2 tight ends. I believe Jonnu Smith.
Okay, I got it. And he is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's Shannon Sharpe, but he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's good. He can catch,
he can do
block.
a lot of things.
Yes.
He can. And you can put him in the backfield occasionally the way he used to do
Tennessee.
in him.
You heard that? Yeah.
You can do things.
Right.
Josh McDaniels can move him around.
Right.
You can do all kinds of things with him. So I give you that. That's a huge upgrade because you're upgrading from 0, right? you're just, okay. So I give you that. But Pro Football Focus ranked Jonnu last year the 20th best tight end.
Pretty good.
And he's not Hunter Henry, who's still available at the top of that tight end free agent list, right? And then what am I supposed to do with Jalen Mills? So he signed Jalen Mills not for a ton of money. It's 4 years for up to $24 million. It's low rent. But the point is, what does he want with Jalen Mills? Because as a Cowboy fan, every time I saw Jalen Mills play for the Eagles, I was like, yeah, let's go after him.
No, we get Mills. Mills pretty good.
Okay.
That was Darby.
Okay.
But anyway,
how
about
they moved him to safety last year, so I don't know.
So now they got JC on one, got JC on the corner. You got the McCourty brothers, so we got Jalen Mills. He loves depth. He loves versatility.
Can't have enough cover people, right?
Right.
Okay, got it. And finally, I look harder and harder at the Cam contract, and the harder I look, the worse it gets, because I didn't even realize that the guarantee in Cam's contract is $3.5 million.
Yeah.
Period. End of story.
Yeah, I told you.
Dak Prescott this year is going to be paid $75 million.
Right.
$75 million. Cam is guaranteed 3.5.
Yeah.
And has lots of incentives, which some are hard to attain, to get him up to, what, 14
million.
But that's a long shot. So if he's got his signing bonus, he can get up. What's likely to be made is like $5 million this year. Okay.
Well, being on the roster game and playing 50%.
Doing all that. And so I look at Chase Daniels, a backup quarterback for Detroit right now. He makes $5 million, and he's going to make it whether he plays or not.
Right.
So it's like, really? I don't know about that. So currently there are 15 quarterbacks who make more than Cam Newton. So it's not like he made a huge commitment to Cam Newton, because he just basically said, okay, I'm going to up you from $1 million that you made last year, 1.05, to around $5 million that's pretty much guaranteed that you will make.
Or $10 million, like what we're going to talk about Ryan Fitzpatrick's getting from Washington football team.
Okay, but you got to make some incentives.
But I think the thing is, Skip, Dak is getting the contract that Cam got 6 years ago.
Okay.
So that's his payday. Now, if Cam does what I think he can do with the weapons that he has, he'll be in line, because Cam only be 33 years of age, so he'll be in line for a nice little payday.
All right, so he will play next year at 32, as you say, and he's coming off a season in which he had some bright spots. He had some flashes, but he wound up throwing 8 touchdown passes to 10 interceptions, and his QBR, my favorite stat, ranked 30th among 33 qualified
Well, it won't be 30th this year.
Okay, well, that's not very good.
It won't be 30th this year.
And he had some good games, and he had some stinkers. He had 5 or 6 stinkers where his QBR was single digit, which is, It's hard to have a single digit.
Do you believe Coach Belichick in these moves has upgraded his roster?
Sure.
Yes or no?
They've definitely gotten a little better.
Okay, then.
Have they gotten playoff better?
Hold on, Skip.
It's all about Miami, and it's all about Tua. And if Tua struggles the way I think he will, you got a chance.
Don't worry about Tua. I'm talking about the Patriots. Last year, they were 7-9 with marginal skill position players.
Okay.
Now they've upgraded that. And you think they're going to be 7-9 again?
And I'm not sure about the offensive line, because how do you go from franchising Joe Tooney, who I thought was a really good player, and a real find for them.
He was a good player.
You franchise him, and then all of a sudden you say, we don't need him. You
no,
don't?
we need him, Skip. We can't afford him.
Oh,
you saw what he got from KC, and you see my homeboy smiling.
Desperation in Kansas City also.
What you expect, Skip? They got...
Well, if Belichick really liked him and wanted to keep him, I would think he would just say, I got to plunge to keep my own, right?
Hold on, Skip. At some point in time, Coach Belichick, you know how he feels about... He really feels that, like, with any position, that he can just plug in anybody and his system is so great, it's going to be able to function.
It used to be when Brady was there.
But they traded for Trent Brown, who they paying a ton of money. Skip, he's probably making $16 million a year. And with all these additions, it was just got too... I mean, Joe Thuney is at the top of the guard pool, Skip. I mean, that dude is, what, 5 years, $80 million? That's $16 a year for a guard.
You also lost Marcus Cannon, who I thought was a pretty good player.
We ain't losing, we traded him.
Well, you lost him. You don't have him.
How you know we're not going to replace that in the draft? We got something up
So now you're a we?
You think, hold on, you think we done? You think Coach Belichick is done?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. But I think you're done as far as contending for Super Bowls.
Coach Belichick has that credit card that doesn't have a limit on it. So we're in the grocery store. We still shopping.
Oh, okay.
We still shopping. There's some great bargains to be had. See, you let that first day skip that rush. That first rush, everybody just getting all the stuff. But you know what? If you just give it a couple of days, everything will settle down. There's a nice pair of jeans over there that nobody saw that you can get for half price because everybody think they done picked over.
You know, Belichick, if you look back through history, he's had some big swings and misses in free agency.
Everybody has.
Albert Haynesworth, I can go down the list.
Yeah.
There are a lot of those.
Yes.
Chad Ochocinco.
Skip, he swung and missed. We're not talking about that. That past don't have nothing to do with the future. We're talking about right now. Do you believe he swung and missed yesterday?
Yep, he probably overpaid for a couple. He overpaid for Judon.
You have to overpay him for it, Skip.
Okay.
If you don't overpay, why would a guy leave his system where he's comfortable, where he's had success? Why would he ever leave to go somewhere if you're going to give him the same money that the team that he's playing for is going to give him? Why would he ever leave? He wouldn't. So you always have to overpay in free agency.
So as these new players come in, who's going to assimilate them into the new culture? Cam, I guess.
Yes.
Right?
That's why Coach Belichick said run it back. He said, I like what I saw. He said, I'm going to get
Run what back?
He said,
run back 7 and 9?
No, we about to run that thing to 10 and 6. But anyway, as I was saying before you tried to cut me off and try to interfere with our playoff run right here we about to make, started yesterday.
Playoff run?
Yep, they made it yesterday.
Run to the playoffs or a playoff run?
They are going, the New England Patriots are going to make the playoff. And there's nothing you can do to stop it.
I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to actually run it back as in Super Bowl, and there is nothing you can do or Belichick can do to stop it, and he's going to look even worse next year.
Skip, all I'm saying is they went 7-9, and you said the cupboards were bare. Well, he restocked the cupboards somewhat.
Here and there.
Okay.
Yep. You got a little better, but we're about to talk about a Tampa Bay that amazingly, shockingly, didn't get any worse.
Right.
It's hard not to get worse when you're coming off the Super Bowl.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
But I think there's greater room for improvement with New England than Tampa. Now, the expectations, Tom Brady has met those expectations, but he's the only one, he and Gronk, that's ever played being the hunted. Tampa was always the hunter. Now they're
they weren't even the hunter. They were just out of it.
They were just out there in the field. They were not worried about anything. But Tom Brady knows what this feeling's like because he's been in this position 6 times before. So now this is the 7th time of being the guy that everybody, Skip, you're everybody's Super Bowl. Everybody's Super Bowl. You see how everybody get up to play the Lakers? We smack them down, but everybody get up to play us.
Shannon, good luck to you.
Okay. Well, of course,
I'm gonna get
since
this
we
do off you,
begin
though.
by talking about the Patriots, we have to talk about Tom's new team.
No, we don't.
Skip alluded to it. Did the Bucs accomplish the impossible yesterday? And is their division rival Saints more dangerous with Jameis Winston at the helm? Pack show today. All coming up next.